Tonight, WIS investigates a silent killer, fentanyl, wreaking havoc on communities big and small. In Kershaw County, this drug's deadly grip was all too apparent on a fateful weekend last November. 11 overdoses and 4 deaths in just 24 hours. Tonight, the 911 calls that give a glimpse at this growing crisis and the panic and horror created by this deadly drug and what the community faces in their effort to fight back. A warning, some of the audio you are about to hear may be disturbing to some viewers. "30 minutes east of Columbia, 30 miles down I-20. Sits the quiet Kershaw County hamlet of Camden, a town of just under 8,000 people. On Thursday, November 10th, 2022, the day started just like any other, quietly. But the sleepy silence of small-town life was soon interrupted by the wake-up calls of a crisis.
Kershaw County 911.
You got room 202.
What is wrong with your girlfriend?
She's not responding.
She's not responding?
No, ma'am.
Is she breathing?
An overdose at a Kershaw County motel. A woman unconscious as her boyfriend pleads for her to come back to life, repeating her name in an attempt to will it so.
No.
Is she breathing? Do you know?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Hold on.
Bonnie.
Don't hang up. Don't hang up.
Oh, Lord Jesus. He can't go.
Later that night, another chilling call.
911. I need you to come to my house. I came home and my parents are now waking up in the outside. My mom's laying on the ground.
2 overdoses, 2 parents unconscious in a carport.
What is going on? What happened? I don't know. I came home from the basketball game and then I saw my mom. She's laying on the carport and my dad, he's bent over and I don't know. Neither one of them are answering. But my mom, she's making this weird noise and I don't know what's going on.
A frantic daughter crying for help.
Please, just hurry up and come. All right, hang on. Don't hang up with me, okay? Take a deep. My brother. Ma'am, slow down. County, we also need maybe EMS and fire. Mommy. Is she doing it? Is she breathing?
In all, Kershaw County EMS responded to 11 overdose calls in one 24-hour period from Thursday, November 10th to Friday, the 11th. 4 of them were fatal. Jim Edge is the head of the paramedic unit in Kershaw County.
So, about 20 or 30 minutes during the busy time of the day, an overdose was going out. I believe every crew ran at least one, and a couple of crews ran, 2 or 3.
The main culprit, drugs laced with fentanyl, a powerful opiate used to manage pain for terminal cancer patients. The drug is 100 times more powerful than morphine. Its grip on this community touching young and old.
We've had at least 2 in the last year in this county. A 14-year-old that got into something, as well as a 19-month with an M old that got into something that somebody in that house had that had fentanyl in it.
Down King Street, news of the November overdoses reached Mara Jones.
To have close to 19 overdoses and then 4 of them end up in fatalities and due to a bad batch of cocaine with fentanyl in it, that was devastating.
Jones is the executive director at the Alpha Center, a behavioral health and drug rehabilitation center in Camden. Alpha stands for All Life's Problems Have Answers. The answer to these deaths, she says, is action.
So there's going to be a community task force initiated utilizing some of those lawsuit opioid dollars coming in, because we've got to do more to combat what is happening in our communities.
In addition, Jones says that the Alpha Center distributes Narcan, a medication that counteracts the effects of fentanyl. No questions asked.
The individual, when they're using, they don't know what other substances are going to be in the drug that they're using. And so I tell individuals, if you have someone you love and care about, make sure that you have Narcan on hand.
But while Narcan may save a life, Edge says it also keeps the true scope of the problem hidden.
I can't tell you how many cases occurred that we don't even know about that day because people are, they have Narcan at home and they might OD and their partner, friend, whatever, squirt some Narcan in their nose, and we don't even get those calls.
The other problem, says Jones, is the false belief that many carry that fentanyl is someone else's problem.
And I hate to say it, we get desensitized to it because we hear it so much until it's someone that you care about.
It's why that weekend in November lingers. 4 deaths and nearly 20 overdoses in the span of several days. In the face of that haunting reality, in this view from the front lines, Jones says that there's still so much work to do to get this silent killer caught. In the meantime, the fight continues to save one life at a time.
But when you talk about life's work, when somebody walks in and they're struggling, they want answers right then and there. And sometimes they don't believe there's an answer. So the biggest thing we can offer them is hope.
Hope in a barren place.
911.
Yes, I have a man here. I think he's overdosing.
You got an overdose? You know what?
I'm assuming he used to do that heroin, that whatever they call that down stuff, or fentanyl or thing, I guess, or whatever. And then it's like he used to do it, and I thought he wasn't doing it no more. And it's like he was fine, and he was talking to me. Everything was fine. He was just talking, and all of a sudden he just started talking gibberish, like, and then leaning forward, and he would wake up.
For a link to resources and valuable information about drug addiction and treatment in Kershaw County, we have a link to the Alpha Center available on our website, wistv.com. In the studio, Greg Adeline, WIS News 10.